Hey, what's up, guys? Grady here. Check this shit out. Literally tens of thousands of people all gathered in one place. That is MLG Columbus.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Rage Quit podcast. My name is Brittany, and I'm here this week with Dallas, Jadon, and our Columbus MLG team. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourself so I don't butcher anybody's name.
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dallas, a.k.a. 513. I'm the leader of our group, Team 26 Star, for MLG Columbus, and just want to say I'm happy to be here. Go ahead, Reaper.
Hi, I'm Kevin, aka Dark Reaper. I run support and just Slide Slayer, just helping out all around in the team, and I'm happy to be on this podcast. Go ahead, Grady.
Yeah, I'm DrGrady, also known as Timmy. I am the Slayer on the team, and I am also very, very much obliged to be on this podcast.
Yeah, this is Gary. I'm El Tudo, and it's good to be on the podcast. Just listening in. Won't have too much to say, but it's just good to be here with y'all tonight.
Yay!
Yay, we have our whole team there. And, of course, can't forget QB.
Yes.
Yeah, finally can be on here. I've been having school.
School is over, so now you can finally be on the podcast.
For like a week, and then I'm going to start back up again.
Oh.
And you know what sucks? I got another class on Friday. So.
Wow. Well, we'll work it out.
Yeah.
All right. So this weekend, Friday and Saturday, we were at MLG because we were playing in the circuit for Blacks this year, and we're just going to talk a little bit about MLG and competitive gaming as a whole. So let's start with how you guys did overall during MLG.
Well, overall, we did pretty well. We did run in some issues. First round, we played Quantic, High and Mighty, an all-girls team, which they're very skilled, and they play a lot with each other and have a lot of skill down. And what happened is that our headsets, because we had Triton 720s, didn't hook up. We missed a part for with the Astro mix amp. So what happened is that we were running with no sound, no communication, hardly whatsoever, because their coach was able to eavesdrop in. So we lost by 10 points with no headsets, nothing, really no setup, hardly. So I think we did really good, but we lost the first match with CTF, just because with CTF you got to have a headset to be able to hear certain sounds and where they're coming from, and it was just difficult to pull that off without headsets.
Very well said.
Now, how important was not being able to use your headsets? How important is sound in general when you're playing pro?
Well, with any type of sound of knowing where you can hear the bullets coming from, or even the littlest sound of someone climbing up on something, you can pick that up with these headsets, and so then you'll be able to throw a nade or throw a stun to them, and you would be able to call out their position to get your team to team shot them and get them down to possibly capture a flag or even capture a point on domination. So it's very crucial to have a headset, and plus it's very, very loud in these convention centers because there's so much going on. There's Halo going on. There's also StarCraft 2, where people are just going crazy and screaming over that. And I was very shocked about StarCraft. So,
StarCraft is that game, though, Dallas. You need to get with it.
I didn't know about StarCraft whatsoever until I came to this event, and I'm very impressed. We watched some of the Korean kids, and I was stunned and shocked of how fast they can move and build their units up. I mean, this guy was just going crazy on the keyboard, and I was so impressed and blown away by the skill that it takes for the PC gamers, and I have a lot of respect now for PC gaming.
So are you going to play StarCraft?
Once I build my gaming PC, I will buy StarCraft.
Good luck with that, Dallas.
Game is.
Yeah.
Now, aside from like the sound and not being able to hear like footsteps or where the shots were coming from, was not being able to communicate with each other important?
Basically, I mean, we had ways of improvising since we obviously weren't wearing our headsets anymore. And we were able to kind of yell at each other, which, in a way, I mean, we were able to compromise for everything, but at the same time, without the sound, I mean, they were able to actually sneak up on us, occasionally knife us, do crazy stuff that we didn't expect. And some of us, like myself, for instance, use sound to also measure our shooting capabilities. Basically, I use sound myself when I'm holding the trigger down. It helps me judge on whether I should spam the trigger, hold it down, and I get an overall feel. I'm used to hearing the gunshots, and when you don't hear anything at all, I mean, me myself, I get nervous sometimes. If I don't hear sound, I'll move my legs rapidly. I know other people get distracted. They find their own rhythm or try to find their own rhythm, and it gets difficult.
And what that has to do with communication is if you can't hear people's footsteps, you can't really know where the enemy's coming from. How are you supposed to communicate with your team? What to do? Where to go? Where to set up? If you don't hear them, you don't know. You can't talk to your team about it.
And we were already at a disadvantage anyway coming into the competition. Just the fact that we didn't have anywhere near the amount of time to play with each other as we wanted to. And some of these teams had put in maybe 10 to 12 hours a day, every day for like the last month or two. And to be honest, any advantage we can get would be awesome, or would have been
Right.
awesome.
I was honestly a little nervous going into MLG because I know that you guys hadn't played together for a really long time, and I know some of these teams have probably played together for maybe years. So like they knew each other's playing styles and like just knew each other pretty much. So I think though with all of the disadvantages that we had, we did really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree 100%. I mean, everything that we overcame, we put up a hell of a fight, and, I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, it would have been nice to, be able to go into the open bracket in the pool play, but, things happen for a reason, and we'll be better prepared, next time around if we attend another event.
So I'm curious because obviously I wasn't there this morning for the second, part of playing. Like where did you guys finish at? Like, do you know?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
What we do know is we had one win, we had 2 losses. We ended up having a win against the 21st seeded team, which is pretty awesome, if I do say so. And a win is a win. Good stuff. And hopefully that's enough to put us up there on the boards. I know we're not last.
Yes, being last would be pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, when we went in, we were playing, teams that were 21st, 11, and
well,
I think High and Mighty they were
they
top,
came in
25.
They're the all-girl team, right?
Right, from Quantic, and
Right.
they were great. I mean, when we were walking around, they came up and talked to me quite a few times, and that they're one awesome group, and they know each other very well, of each other's moves, playing styles, and the communication that I was hearing from them was just unbelievable. I mean, they had everything locked down, and they knew how to work everything, and it was very impressive for people to watch it. I mean, there was quite a few people watching. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I was so into it, man, when you guys were playing them, and I was like yelling and all that stuff. It was like worse than like being at a football game. I think I got really excited watching you guys play. I don't know if you heard any of that though.
I think we were too busy trying to make something happen.
I know you guys were like focused, but I was like super excited and anxious and like yelling and, oh my God, how did you let her kill you? Like,
well, it was pretty amazing. We actually had a few of the media staff sit behind us, and they were really getting intense and interested in what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I know during the second round when we were playing domination, their coach was sweating it, especially when we 3-capped them on the flags and we're holding it down, and when we were just racking up the points, I know that they were probably scared that they were going to lose the domination round, in which case we could have had an advantage since we were going to end up playing Havana CTF as the tiebreaker. Yeah. And I think in the end, when they finally sighed relief and knew that they had won, they just broke down. They walked over. They were hugging us. They were shaking our hands. They were pumped up that they won, and they were showing us some respect. They were showing us props.
Awesome.
I give y'all big props without playing the game without no sound or no communications. I think that's a big disadvantage. I think it's a big one, because every time I play, its sound catches me. It's just like my sixth sense of the game, and without sound, you basically defenseless when somebody trying to come behind you. And I give y'all big props without playing without that, and still doing as good as y'all did. That's I gotta applaud y'all for that. I just want y'all to know.
Yes, I think it's very awesome and amazing that you guys were able to do as well as you did, considering you not having sound and just everything that was kind of against you during the tournament.
Because personally, I don't think I would do as good as y'all did without sound.
Oh, I definitely. Even if I had sound, I would have sucked anyway. And you guys know that already. It would have been awful. So you did way better than me. I was actually at your hotel playing just playing combat training and was like doing terrible. So.
You sure you had it set it on hard?
I think it was all the way on hard.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Well, I was under Dallas's thing, and I didn't want to mess up like his profile, so I just did combat training.
What was that? I mean, it's just little things here and there that made the experience, a little shaky, but overall it was a wonderful experience, and I was proud to be part of it.
Is it like hard, or do you not like when you have to get ready for like things like MLG? Does it kind of suck that you kind of limited to only playing one game, or is it something that you don't mind?
Well, I mean, if you guys listen to this podcast, on a weekly basis, you guys are all going to know that I'm a Call of Duty nut, so it actually doesn't bother me. I enjoy playing Call of Duty. I will always enjoy it. Whatever Malik says about, me and Bobby Kotick, from head of Activision, I'll always still buy their titles and always play them, and probably try to keep playing them on a competitive level for a little bit, for a few more years.
I'll be honest. I could not. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say never. I don't know if I would be able to do the whole competitive gaming thing, not because I don't think I can like handle going to all of the events, because that part I'd be totally fine with, but I don't think I would like playing one game all the time, just because I'm such a big gamer. I like to play everything. I would get a little pissed at playing like just Call of Duty or StarCraft all the time.
I don't think you get mad playing StarCraft all the time. I mean, when we went over to the StarCraft place, main stage and the other stages, like, you were like a kid in the candy store. It was just so funny to see you. It was kind of like when I actually got to meet Hastro from Team Envious and got to watch them win their first match at MLG on one of the stages. You know, I was like a kid in candy store when I got to meet him because, you know, I look up to him in his play style. I mean, he's an amazing Call of Duty player, and you know, I was just so happy that I actually got to meet with him. And I played with him before on Xbox and played with a couple other guys from PS3. So,
I mean, I don't know. I think it might be something that I could do maybe for a year or two or maybe 3, but I don't know. I wouldn't sit there and just play it all day every day. So, I don't think I would do as well competitively in StarCraft because people that play like StarCraft usually like play solely just StarCraft. They don't play anything else. Like a lot of the times when people are playing World of Warcraft, that may be their only game. That's why, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, there's a difference between like a regular gaming nerd and a WoW nerd because WoW nerds only play World of Warcraft from when they get up to when they have to go to work or school, or sometimes they even skip that. So,
Hey, you're not the only MMO player here, you know.
I mean, people that are like
Some people know what
hardcore
it is.
into it. No, I know what it is. I never played it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not hardcore into it, but I play it when I'm like got nothing else to play, and yeah, I like it. It's a pretty decent MMO game,
Yeah.
even though we got your a-holes every now and then. Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't drown myself in StarCraft, so I think I wouldn't well because those people, like, their life is StarCraft. Especially if you go overseas, like, it's all StarCraft.
oh yeah, I think when they come out in Korea, I think they come out with keyboard and mouse in hand, you know, when they're born.
Oh, they
I mean,
might.
This kid, man, he was just amazing. That we were watching at that one stage.
Oh yeah. He was so, like, you guys should have seen him. Like, his fingers were almost moving faster than what I could tell. Like, he was awesome.
I won't think fast is all that, but if you got a good strategy, you can wipe some out pretty nice.
Yeah. I mean, I think he had good strategy, but I think with StarCraft, you do kind of want to build your stuff as fast as possible. So speed is kind of important, I think, for StarCraft if you're playing it.
I wanted to add something.
Okay.
I know you mentioned that you could focus only on one game, but usually on the competitive scene, a lot of these guys, this is their job. So they have all the time in the world. If they want to play another game, great. They'll have another 6 to 8 hours in the day to practice the game of their choice, the one that they need to practice with. And we noticed just facing the 11th seeded team, No Way Out, that there was a big gap between the casual gamer, the pub star, and a pro team. Because these guys played so much that they knew every spawn location, and they could actually set up a perfect spawn trap where they could narrow it down to maybe one aisle, one straightaway, and they could just peek down and just rape. And it was a totally different story. That was the one game that we were kind of ashamed of. We didn't perform as well as we wanted to, but at the same time, we give them props. And obviously, they're going to give us props because we're there. We took the time to be there. We weren't talking trash. We weren't online pub stars. And I mean, they basically said, "Congratulations, you know, good game, fist pump." They didn't trash talk. It was good stuff. And I think it's a totally different caliber of person. Be pro gamer.
I guess I can see that because, like, I'm looking at me personally. Like, I have to go to work every day and work 8 or 9 hours a day and then, you know, come home. And if I had to play something competitively, I'd have no time to even think about playing something else. But I guess it would be different if you, like, played for a living. So I guess it wouldn't be as big of a deal to, like, play, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto or something for a couple hours if you wanted to. All right, I think it's time for our shout outs. So, you guys have anybody that you want to shout out to, say hi to on the podcast?
I just want to say hi to my buddy Destin. That's it.
I, Dr. Grady, would like to give a shout out to all 1,256 of my YouTube subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your support.
I want to give a big shout out to my girlfriend Emily. She's really supportive of the competitive gaming in general and gaming just overall. And it's really great to have somebody that actually pushes me and keeps me focused and keeps me motivated to still game and still, complete the competitive scene. And I really appreciate that. So I want to thank her for that, especially, and also coming to helping the team out with driving and just helping the team out in general here in Columbus. I really do appreciate all what she's done for us.
And she's
Brittany.
super awesome and nice.
And she's super awesome and nice.
She is. Do you have any shout outs, QB?
Yes, I have one big shout out. I just want to shout out everybody in the Iron Star community, everyone. And also I want to shout out to Dallas and the team for doing their thing. Yeah, I got to shout out y'all. And that's it. Y'all got to do y'all thing.
Well, I just want to say good job to our Columbus MLG team. I think you guys did a great job, and I want to shout out because we recorded the podcast last week, but all of the audio got messed up somehow. I still can't figure out how that happened. But I want to shout out. Yes, Jake. He was on our podcast last week, but obviously it didn't get posted because everything got messed up. So I want to shout out him. Thank you so much for being on the podcast last week, even though we couldn't post it. And I want to shout out Skyward King. He follows me on Twitter. He's super awesome. And that's it. Oh, and shout out Malik, even though he can't be here. We miss you on the podcast. So, and I hope you're having fun wherever it is you are.
Also, shout out Sucker Punch with Infamous. I actually got to talk to their new community manager today at MLG. And just go ahead and follow those guys on Twitter. It's infamous_UGC. So tell those guys what's up and start following them on Twitter.
Awesome. Well, that's it for this week's podcast, guys. I'm sorry it was so short, but, we had a small focus this week. We will be back next week in our entirety. Thank you so much for listening, and we will talk to you guys next time. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
I love y'all.
Peace out.
Halo Reach 2012.
What he said.
Hey, guys. Peace out. See you around like a donut.